All the qualities belong to God. In fact, who is more intelligent, the police or the thief? Often the thief. That's why very many crimes are not even caught. Yeah. Where do they use? How do they use? Where do they get their intelligence from? God given. The usage may vary. People don't use it properly. But it's all God's. If you use it rightfully, it's good. 007 uses the same intelligence. Huh? You think I don't see the movies? Yeah.
That's why God is both feared and loved?
Feared and loved, yes. You fear God because you use Him for wrong purpose. That's it. God is not going to be a terror, no. If He really wants to do something, He would be hating us for what we are doing in this world now. To His creatures, to His earth, to His air, to His water. The humanity could have been completely crumbled long before. There is every room for God to hate humanity now. Won't you agree with me? See how we are behaving? Killing each other. Even in the name of God, chop the head. If we don't use my name, you will be killed. That's why in the highest understanding, the Vedantic understanding, God is Triguna-rahitan. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Laksham Bhava Sadgurum Tam Namami. Triguna-rahitan. What are the three gunas? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Everything is a combination of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And they are mixing. But God is above. Sattva, neutral. Rajas may be loving. Tamas is hating. Opposite. Like night and day. Sattva is the balance. So that means God is above all these qualities and still can express all the qualities and not affected by it. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, the 18th also he says, I am the goal, I am the supporter, the Lord, the witness, the abode, the shelter, the friend, the origin, the dissolution, foundation, treasure house, and the seed of imperishable. And he goes on, I give heat, I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immortality and death. How could that be? 19th sloka. I am immortality and I am death. Don't you see the contradiction there? I am being as well as non-being. That means the one that is above these dualities can come within the dualities. If God is always one-sided, it can never be other one. It can never become anything else. Because it's already conditioned. It's almost like a clay, a soft clay. Just because it is completely unconditioned, you can make it into anything you want. Toys, potteries, plates, whatever you want, you can make it. If it has a form of its own, can you make it that way? No. Only a formless can be made into any form. Nameless can be given any names. Unconditioned could be brought into any condition you want. That's why God's love is unconditional, we say. It's not conditioned. If you approach Him properly, you get love. Now say, the light we worship. And say, give us the light, enlighten our lives, show us the way, remove our darkness. Good, we get that also. Suppose you'd say, I don't like to keep you here, I will put it in the attic, next to the roof. You think the candle will be sitting there and blessing you? It will burn your house completely. You can say, my goodness, you were in the altar, we worshipped you. The light would say, did I ask you to worship me? It's your business, you worship. Did I ask you to put it there next to the roof? No. You are the one. With the fire you cook and eat, you burn and kill. So that's why I say God's capacities or powers are very neutral. Gunarahitam, Trigunarahitam. Zero. By breaking the zero, you can shape it into any letter you want, any number you want. All the numbers and all the letters are zero broken. Complete zero. If you break it, it becomes C. If you put it this way, C. If you put it this way, another letter. If you put two together, a different letter. Because originally it was unbroken. Beginningless, endless. That is the essence of this. That is the secret also. Rajaguhyam means the secret is God is above all these things. And it is God that manifests as all these things. There was once a Siddha. He even sang that way. She takes God as a young goddess. He says, oh goddess, You came to me as a mother. And you were the same. You came to me as a wife. And then after some time you came to me as a baby, a child. In the normal sense, we would hesitate to say this, is it not? God, you came to me as mother. And you came to me as wife also. Because they don't see the difference between mother and wife. Both are God. They have different functions to perform, different roles to play. That's all your conceptions. But in the absolute level, just a zero. By remembering this, we can perceive God's name and form, God's energy, God's expression as everything. I don't like to say in everything. Because the word in, a letter in will create problem also. Because in means it's inside a container. And then the container is not God. The water is in the pot, so the pot is not water. So water is not omnipresent then. That's why as everything.
Swamiji, from this description that he gives, or that we have of God, it seems almost to me like it's impossible to be seeking God. How can you seek God?
If the minute you realize this, you don't seek anymore. Where are you going to seek?
I know. It's like everywhere.
Yeah, that's what. Like the two school children, they had a conversation. One little girl came and said, Suguna, I give you a nice mango. Could you tell me where God is not? Where is God? Tell me the place where God is. I'll give you this mango. Suguna smiled at her and said, all right, I'll give you 2 mangoes. Tell me where God is not. That's what. All the seeking stops, comes to an end when you experience this truth. Mere knowing is not enough. So that's what. The scriptures beautifully, when they talk about the highest experiences, they talk where to go, what to see, what to do. You don't have to do anything. On the other hand, by any chance if you start doing something, you are disturbing, you are destroying. Na karmana, na prajaya. Yes, not by doing, not by progeny, not by wealth, not by wisdom, not by education, not by scholarliness. No. But by just renouncing everything you experience. Why? Because it's there already. You are having the pendant around the neck and you are seeking all over. Bedroom, bathroom. Then all of a sudden, because it's a very valuable one, you lost it and you couldn't find anywhere, you started crying. You cried and cried and cried, and at some point you just went there right in front of the bath basin, washed your face to clean wipe out all your tears in front of the mirror. My gosh, I had it always. I had it. Then all your seeking, you laugh at your seeking. Look at that. All the while. There is a beautiful Hindi song. Tu dhundta hai kaha. A gentleman in Hong Kong once sang that to me. Where are you looking for God? In the temple? On the hilltop? In the sea? In the synagogue? In the church? Or in the scriptures? Where are you looking for? A insane fellow? Are you insane, searching for God? The very searcher is God. That is what. But of course we hear all the stories, we read about that. But mere book knowledge or mere knowing is not enough. As Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, the parrot is taught to say, oh, Lord Shiva will save me, Lord Shiva will save me, Lord Shiva will save me. All of a sudden when it encountered a jumping cat, kit, 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 kit. All the Lord Shiva save me gone. That's why. So let's not simply become a broken record, playing the same groove again and again and again. Experience it. Experience it.